Hi, my name is Jeff Haynes. I'm the executive chef here at Edinboro University. This afternoon I'm just going to do a simple chicken risotto. I have all my ingredients prepped, mushrooms chopped, onions chopped, chicken's ready to go, so I'll just get things started and talk my way through it. Okay. This is a very simple, basic, easy to do at home kind of recipe. The secret with risotto is to make sure that you use arborio rice. This is a particularly short grain rice. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but it's a very fine grain. The reason we use this is because it has a lot of starch and will congeal to give you the end result that we're looking for. So I can get my pan hot here. I'm just going to add some olive oil and some butter, about a teaspoon. So once that gets hot, I can start with the onions and the mushrooms. It'll just take a minute to get hot. What I plan to do is go step by step through this dish. As I said, it's something easy. You can do at home. Takes around about 20-25 minutes, depending on whether you're using gas or electricity. You know your pan's hot once that butter starts to bubble, so we're just about there. Okay, what I'm going to start with is with 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 of onions. Give that a bit of a stir. Really just going to cook and soften this just until they become translucent. And then I'm going to add around about 6 ounces of sliced mushrooms. I'm going to just saute this until it becomes soft before adding the rice. Just to give you a bit of background on myself, I was born and raised in the UK. I trained as a chef there. Formal qualifications were gained in a technical college. I went to Spain for a brief time, about 6 months. Did some European cooking, moved back to England, and then in 1988 I moved to Australia. I spent 15 years there as a chef, where I gained a lot of interest in Asian cooking, Thai, Indian, Japanese kind of cooking. And this is a very popular dish with the Italian people over there in Sydney. So this is what I picked up from an Italian chef friend of mine. Once these have started to colour, I'm going to add a little bit more butter. And then I'm going to add the arborio rice. Okay, I'm just going to turn these down real low.
At Norman's Deli and Pizza, each pizza is hand-tossed and made fresh for every order. Whether you like plain cheese, pepperoni, olives, or anchovies, Norman's will be happy to make a pizza that suits you. Norman's offers 2 separate dining areas for your enjoyment and a pool table that can be used free of charge while you wait or eat. Norman's also has an extensive menu from subs and salads to peanut butter and jelly. Norman's Deli and Pizza is locally owned and operated and available for dine-in, delivery, or carry-out. Norman's is located in the College Park Plaza off Darrow Road.
Are you a graduate student who has an issue that you would like addressed, but you don't know who to take your concern to? That is what the Graduate Student Council is here for. Come to us and we will go to bat for you. For more information, call 814-732-2856 or stop in the graduate office in Reeder Hall. Graduate Student Council goes to bat for the grad student.
Okay, once the rice has become semi-translucent, you need to add some chicken stock. I have about a quart and a half, and you do this gradually, a little bit at a time, until the rice absorbs everything, and then you add more stock as you need it. At this stage you also can add your seasoning, which I just got a basic salt and pepper mix. Not too much because the chicken stock does have some salt based in it. And that's starting to boil now. So this is when I would add my chicken. Start to cook that in the juices. And then add a little bit more chicken stock. It's a gradual process, but it takes around about 20-25 minutes for the rice to cook. I'm just doing this in a fry pan just for ease of the camera shots and everything, but you can do this in a regular saucepan, whatever you have handy at home. So after 15 years in Sydney, I decided to come to the US. I'm still plying my trade. I've been a chef for probably 32 years now, and this is going to be my fourth country that I've worked in. I find it, because of my trade and background, I can probably go anywhere in the world and maybe pick up a job, basically because everyone needs to eat. I've never had a problem with finding any work of any kind, whether it's a restaurant or, as in this case, a campus dining setup. Try and keep this even so it cooks evenly. And again, add a little bit more chicken stock. And it's an idea that you keep stirring from time to time so that everything absorbs regularly and evenly. You can see now the chicken's changed colour, so it's gone from the pink raw stage. It's becoming white, which is an indication of the process of the cooking, so it shouldn't be too much longer before the chicken's cooked, and then just wait further 10 or 15 minutes until the rice is soft and edible. Depending on the kind of rice usually absorbs either twice or three times its own volume, so if you weigh and measure your rice, you either double or triple the liquid or stock to go into the rice. You can do this with regular long grain rice, but it doesn't have the same effect as the arborio. Once this is cooked, I just plan to add a little bit of cream, which is more of a European aspect of risotto. Add a little bit of cream at the last thing, and also some parmesan. I can probably turn this down a little bit now just to simmer it. And again, normally if I was cooking this at home, I'd probably maybe put a lid on just so it quickens the process. This can be done with shrimp, for example, if you don't like chicken, or it can be done as a vegetarian dish. Obviously you just use chopped vegetables, whatever you like, but just make sure that the vegetables are cut evenly so they cook all at the same time. So as I say, you can do a vegetarian version of this, or a combination of chicken and shrimp. It really depends on what you have at home to use up. You can see now that the mixture is getting a little bit thick, so it's starting to absorb all the liquid. Probably add a little bit more chicken stock to this. I think looking at that would be the last amount of liquid I need to add here, so I just wait till this absorbs, and then the last minute I would add some cream and plate it up. Just going to test to see how soft this is. It's a little way off yet, but you can feel from the crunchiness of the rice how far off this would be. You probably need to make sure that the rice doesn't catch on the bottom and burn, otherwise that'll give a horrible texture and colour to the risotto. I'll start adding a little bit of cream. Give that time to absorb. And again, that cream will change the colour of the dish. The chicken stock obviously gives it a yellow tinge, whereas the cream would just give it a nice wider colour for a better end result. Yeah, it's pretty soft now, so I'll add the last of the cream. Give that a quick stir. What I'll do at this stage now, I'll take away the heat, because that will still carry on cooking, and the rice will keep absorbing the final amount of liquid, and also let it rest for a few minutes before serving. I'll sprinkle a little bit of cheese into it now. And just to give the dish a little bit of colour, I got some red peppers, which I'll throw in just for a little bit of colour on a plate. And then last, I will just dish up a plate. Just a bit of finer garnish. Normally you can serve this as a dish on its own, or you can serve it with a green vegetable to add a little bit of presentation on the plate, and then just sprinkle additional parmesan as you need it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time with some other cooking tips from Edinboro.